Who are we?
Nobodies!
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're Canadian filmmakers with the dream of surviving financially on the backs of our films.
Welcome to our show where we bring people along on our film journey.
Maybe we can learn a thing or two.
Maybe we can teach people a thing or two while drinking beers.
I mean, if you can't drink beers while filmmaking, what's the point?
We are Fable Forest Films, failing our way to success.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I mean, our show. First frames first.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We should wait. We're gonna start again. We should start this one again.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna add that in.
You're gonna add that in?
Into the beginning.
Fuck it then. We're not gonna start again.
No, it's not again. No, I want to start again. No, drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to First Frames First.
This is a podcast where we track our filmmaking journey as we go from nobody independent filmmakers to
I mean, we might
stay
nobodies.
nobody forever, but
Who knows?
you know, maybe one day we'll make something that'll, land on Netflix or do something significant, and that'll be amazing.
And then people will watch the show and they'll be like, any idiot can make a movie.
Especially when they watch Jason.
It's true. Hi, I'm one of your hosts, Jason.
I'm Agent Constant, and
We're gonna have a guest today.
we are. Well, he's a regular. He's like one of our besties.
Yeah, he's way more regular than Mike Wirtz.
Yeah. Jab to the throat for the Mike words. So we're going to be joined by Derek Lackenbauer. He's on his way over. We just decided to start because screw that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this episode...
You know what? Let me turn off the heater.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Jason was complaining about the cold, which is very strange because he normally is like, can I open a window? It's so hot in here. But he was the one that was crying and
I'm back.
Complaining. So in this episode, we have a new film that we're busy developing and we're busy building out that we are planning to shoot this February. So this podcast is coming out this will be December 2017. Yep. We plan on shooting the film in February 2018. We're planning on doing sort of not a hardcore script. We are planning on doing a lot of rehearsals leading up, but we're doing large story chunks and large story elements for the story, for the script.
Yeah.
And it's called Winter Wonderland. It is a monster movie. And some of the questions that we have to deal with are creating our monster, which we have done an episode with that. And we also, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the characters.
Right.
We know in terms of gender what kind of dynamics we want, but in this episode we're going to kind of dive into who these people really are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hogged all the airwaves there.
No, it's okay. So you guys might be, if you're following along, we did have one episode that was called Winter Wonderland. I think that was like the beginning, initial conception of this one. Mm-hmm. Then we did an episode with a concept artist where we were working through some of the monster stuff.
Yeah. We
did an episode with Mike where he came and we walked through more story and whatnot. And then we actually off podcasts when we were we had a meeting in Toronto, so we shot in there, and the whole time we were driving, we continued to work the story and work some of the characters. So I think we haven't brought Derek into speed on what we're doing there. So we'll probably recap some of the stuff, some of the beat points, and but what I really want to do is be able to post for auditions the types of characters and kind of a little bit about who each character is so that we can start to get some actors auditioning. And obviously we have some people that we have in mind, which would be amazing, but who knows if they're available or who knows if they can, meet our, heavy demands. Because we're gonna have to practice.
Yes, there will have to be rehearsals. We're going to treat this a little bit more like a stage play rather than a film, where like on a film everybody gets the script, they kind of know where they're going, and then you might do a few rehearsals. This is in our case. You would do a few rehearsals, especially for the tougher scenes. You'd bring in the actors just for that, but it's not rehearsal intensive. You kind of hone the scene on the day.
Right.
Whereas this is going to be more like a stage play in that we're going to really work the scenes together.
Right.
It's almost a bit of a workshop environment. Like we're going to know where we want the scenes to go and what needs to happen in the scenes. Now we just want to make sure that, the actors feel comfortable when they arrive on the day. They kind of know what to expect.
And I think the importance of that is that for this one, the actors aren't going to know what exactly is happening in the movie. Some of it's going to be a surprise to some of the characters. So what we really want them to do is be comfortable with who they are as a character and can play anything as that person. Right?
Yes.
So if we're like, it's dinner time, then you're going to go about making dinner as your character would, and interacting with the people as your character would. So even when we rehearse, there might be some key things that we rehearse because we need, some pain or some emotion or whatever we're doing that we want to practice and make sure that it's going to be, in a good place. But we may also just play with different scenarios and things like that, and try to get people thinking about how their characters are going to deal with each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
interesting.
It is going to be a bit of a method movie, I suppose. What we're going to do is, and one thing that is very interesting is that we're going to try and shoot this movie not in real time, because it takes place over a whole weekend. But we're all getting together on a weekend, and we're going to plow through it. And the way that we're looking to shoot the scenes that have a lot of the content, so a lot of the dialogue and not the artistic shots which are going to be dispersed throughout the movie, but the actual just the scenes with a lot of the dialogue. Those scenes, we're gonna fly through those. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to get 3 cameras in there, 3 4K cameras shooting. Because I think we should go 4K.
Yeah.
And make it an absolutely wonderful film with a great story, and do it in a new, interesting way.
Yeah, hope so. We've been chit-chatting with some VFX professionals. So a big thing for us, like we talked about in the other episodes, was how exactly we're going to end up building our monster. Is it going to be prosthetic? Is it going to be partially prosthetic, partially VFX? If it's going to be all VFX, how are we going to go about this? So we're excited to have you guys hear from some VFX people, if we can convince them to do a show with us where they just crush our dreams and tell us how expensive it's going to be, and we'll never be able to afford it. So we should probably quit right now. So you'll probably hear some tears. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then as an addition to that, maybe you get to hear us try to figure out how we're going to make some of this money for these shots that we want to do. So all exciting pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose the advice that I have gotten, which I told you before, is that the VFX artist that I spoke to, who's an old friend of mine from long time ago, and he's working on some of the bigger Hollywood movies at the moment. Well, the studio that he works for. This week's beer brought to you by 1664 blank Kronenberg. Delicious.
Nice blue bottles.
Yeah. I love this beer.
Oh.
This is a great summer beer. In fact, this is probably the most popular beer in our house.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I've never had it before.
It's awesome. It's like a fruit. It's got a bit of an orange vibe to it, and it's really great in summer.
Someday, as we continue this show and drink different beers, you need to bring that South African beer that we had at the Frisbee party.
It's not a beer. That's a cider.
Whatever.
Is that fine?
That counts.
Can we do ciders?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck. I love ciders. Okay. So the advice that I got from this gentleman was, first of all, he was like, listen, it's going to be expensive if you want to create the whole thing in 3D. And we knew that. But we were kind of hoping for some numbers. But the problem is that it also depends how many times you're going to have to go back and tweak the monster. And what he was saying was, when the whole thing is created in 3D, you go back and tweak the monster. You think every kind of idea that comes to mind, you go and tweak the monsters. And he says the price usually goes through the roof.
Right.
What he suggested was do prosthetic and then just tweak it with 3D, with CGI. And his advice to me was, get a program and learn to do it yourself and save yourself a buttload of money. So these guys, I mean, I don't know if they have an hourly rate, or if they, I don't even know what the pay structure is, or the billing structure of a VFX house is.
The cool thing is I don't think any of our listeners do.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Hopefully, what I would love to see is, because sometimes a buddy will give you a little bit of insight.
Yeah.
right? But they don't necessarily want to jump on a podcast and tell you how their company bills people for their time or whatever, right? Because that's hard, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what we can get from talking with a couple different people and see if we can get ballparks and...
But imagine, because we are looking to have CGI stuff done potentially. Exactly. And is it going to cost us to add these elements? Would it be hourly? Like, are you going to charge me $400 an hour?
Right.
You know what I mean? For a CGI guy to sit there and now an artist to draw it and mold it, and then somebody else to come and put the skins on, and then somebody else to put the texture, somebody else to do the lighting. Because visual effects in these bigger companies is often like, I don't even know who does what, but it's broken into pieces, and people only do a small portion of the image.
Right.
You know, they're not doing the whole thing. Like, I think there's the people who build the models, then there's the people who rig the models. You know what I mean? They actually make the model move.
Right.
Anyway, so we need to talk to a professional and find out about what is what.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a good learning experience.
So, do we want to dive into characters now?
Yeah.
Or do we want to talk about some of the story structure that we worked on?
Yeah.
Or do we want to wait until Derek gets there for that?
Let's just plow ahead, because Derek can jump in when he gets here.
Okay.
So one of the things I do want to mention is that I did an upgrade on my Mac. I went to the new iOS, which is cool. You know, it comes and it says you need to upgrade or update, and so I click the update button.
I like updates. I like updating because it makes me think that I'm
going
to get something. No, but it makes me think I'm going to get something new and cool and amazing.
Yeah.
Did you get anything new and cool and amazing?
No, I didn't. I just maybe I keep getting this pop up that says take a tour of your Mac, but I had a copy of Final Draft from 2008. Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
What version? Do you know?
It was Final Draft 8.
Okay.
So it's an old version. And I was forced to upgrade to Final Draft, the latest, which is Final Draft 10. And it's pretty fucking cool. I really like it.
Because when he upgraded his Mac, it no longer supported his old version of Final Draft. They're like, sorry.
The new iOS, it was like, nope, Final Draft doesn't work. So I had to.
Now, how much did the upgrade cost?
100 bones. So, a little bit of a punch in the face.
Yeah.
Because that's Final Draft saying we're not gonna. No. That's not Final Draft saying that.
Oh, it's
just the way
it's the
way it happens.
Yep.
So one of the exciting things which I love a lot is the beat board. So you're able to just like
give people a little.
Let me turn the brightness down a little bit. A little tour.
Let me see if we can see here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, look. If you want to stare into the abyss, we had the GoPro connected to the phone, and then here we go.
Yeah. So essentially, what we have here, and this will be really small for you guys, but I mean, it's just really interesting for me. Is here we have our script, and here's my top bar over here.
Show us the script.
Yeah. So let me go to page view. Boom. So this is the script that I'm currently working on right now, which is artificial. And I can go to all my scenes are laid out right over here. I can go to script notes. I can go to characters over here, and it even has an arc, character arc, Kathy's arc. This tells me what scenes Kathy is in. They're the little dialogue box. And this is my favorite thing.
It tells you which scenes Kathy has dialogue in.
Yes.
So we talked a little bit about this in the car. Did you figure this out yet or not yet?
No.
So I'll take an aside quickly. I use a free software online called Celtx, CELTX.
Mm-hmm.
You can pay by the month and you get awesome options.
Yeah.
But the one thing, and you do not get this with the free version. So you can do script. I think you can make 3 projects. You can do scripts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But with the paid version, you do have something similar to this, and I'm hoping that we can figure out how to do it in Final Draft. But you can actually go into each scene and add things. So you're like, I'm adding
props list.
Props, cars, animals. You add the characters, if you have background actors, you add those guys in.
Yeah.
And the reason is because the tool can figure out which scenes Kathy has dialogue in, but it can't figure out the other scenes that Kathy's in where she doesn't say anything. Right?
Yeah.
And when you're building out a schedule for your indie film, you really need to know all of the scenes that all of the different characters in, so that you make sure that you utilize your time effectively and bring people in at the appropriate times and things like that. So anyways, I'm really hoping that we can
Poke around with this.
read the help.
So this is my favorite, is the beat board. So the beat board is like, so I double click right here and I got my first beat, so I can put in my title. And if I was going by, one of the things we like to do is we like to talk about an opening image, and that's from Save the Cat, and I like it. And opening image there, and we hit return. Then we can type in the body. We do a little bit. Then once that's done, what I can do is I can populate this screen any way that I want to.
Yeah, with a bunch of beats.
With a bunch of beats, and then I drag it to what page it's going to go on. Boom. And then I see that it's on page 5.
Right.
And then you can lay out your beats in any way. Now this page, imagine if this page was on a massive screen.
Right.
Next to you.
Right.
So you always had like a big beat board.
Yeah.
Right there.
Now I have another question. As you learn this tool, this new Final Draft, can you turn your beat board into your script?
That's a really good question. Just
Because
so that you double click and then...
It would be cool if it took like all the beats and turned them into scenes.
Yes.
And then you know what I mean?
Yes, that's a really
Anyways,
great...
just a question.
Yeah. I don't know.
So let's show the people. Let's show our fans.
Yeah.
So many fans, by the way. So let me just so that you guys know, if you're a lucky one of this number, as of this moment in, let's say, December, every 2 weeks we put out a podcast. We've been doing this show since March of 2017. Been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Every single 2 weeks since March, which is, I feel, a kind of an accomplishment. The last few we've been doing weekly, just because we're kind of going from, let's say, normal day-to-day, normal job mode, plus working away at film company and projects mode, into we're getting closer to indie film movie making mode, where we tend to, whenever we're working specifically on a project, then we tend to meet more often. And now that we're doing the show, the question is always, should we just leave the camera off and just work, or should we turn the camera on and
do a show?
And I wonder if
we'd probably do more work if we just worked.
Probably, because we're recapping a lot of it,
and we're doing a lot of,
and we're entertaining,
blah blah blah.
Right?
So
we're entertaining as fuck.
you can see, here's the beat board that we've created right now.
Yeah.
At the moment, the way that I have it laid.
Wait, what's this? Fix that.
The way that I have it laid right now is it's going down this way. So I normally like to lay the beats like this, but I just found there was more space for each act, like that.
Yeah.
So we have.
You could probably remove this whole section here.
Yeah, but this is it. They won't be able to really follow along. It's
No.
too small. It's too teeny weeny. Not unless I did a screen capture. Okay. So. Now, are we going to talk characters?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go through the list of characters.
Now, what I'm going to do too is, as you go through your list of characters, I'm just going to write them down.
Yep.
So that we can throw it up on the board and reference as a reference material.
Okay, cool.
Because at first we were thinking more characters than we needed. We've kind of pared it down. We know who they are going to be.
Yeah.
And then we can change the names or change kind of who they are. But we'll go through there.
Okay, so the way that I think we should outline these characters, we're going to say who they are, and we're going to say what they want.
Okay.
Okay. So we have William Winter.
All right. William Winter is our main character. He's our mountain man.
Lead hero, called Mountain Man. And what does he want? What's his primary goal? His primary goal is to get to that...
His primary goal is survival, and it's to get to his company's warehouse.
Get to A Corp's.
A-Corp.
A Corps.
Core.
K-O-R-E.
No, C-O-R-P-S.
Oh.
Like corp, like corporation.
Okay.
What?
No, we may. Okay. He wants to get to the warehouse because there is
Right.
stuff. There's like everything you can think of is in the warehouse.
So William Winter, a little bit of backstory, and we're probably going to have to recap to Derek, so this is fine. But a little bit of backstory for William. William works for a very large company that manufactures basically everything, right? So I don't want to like make
Walmart.
Okay, they make
Everything.
furniture, they make appliances, they make everything.
They actually manufacture.
But they actually manufacture for low cost and get the products out to people and all that
Really
kind of
low
stuff.
cost.
And he has worked for them at one point as a trucker, kind of lives out in the middle of nowhere, is his own man. His wife and son have been murderized by our
Completely.
creatures, and he is on his own making his way to this facility.
So, what if his wife and son were not murdered by the creatures?
Okay.
Like, imagine they were killed by people, which turned him into a hunter-hermit type. He's still living with the scars of that murder. But I feel like he hates people.
What if they died before this happened?
That's what I mean.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It was like an event that happened before, and it was because of the fault of people, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, so he's still living with the scars, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But, okay. Anyway, he wants to survive at all costs, but why does he want to survive? Why? Because that's just what he does.
He's a survivor.
He's a survivor.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have Derek Monroe, who is a teacher.
Do you want him to be a teacher?
He can be something else. I was just using that as an example in Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, I remember that.
Because I liked the way that he was kind of the leader, and he was kind of a little bit larger than life, the Tom Hanks character. And then there was that mystery as to what the hell do you do? And he says, I'm a school teacher. And it's just such a sort of a placid, patient, calm, job.
Yeah.
That you like, oh, now you're a killing machine? And it's like, wow. It's just a nice, for that sort of dualism to live within one person. It's quite cool. I like
In Saving Private Ryan.
In Saving Private Ryan, yeah. So he doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher, but I like the fact that he...
Oh, speaking of
the devil...
Speaking of Derek. So, the neat thing about...
Are we saying... We're talking about the movie right now? We're going to talk about it?
Yeah.
About who's the killer is?
No.
Oh, no.
I mean, we weren't.
Okay, good. So we're not talking about JR.
No.
Or
here's
Frank.
Here's what we should do.
Or Zeke.
Here's what we need to do. Hold on. Derek!
Derek has arrived. Late as usual.
Hold on.
It's
Here's
always
what we
late.
need to do.
It's always late.
Yeah, we're podcasting.
We just
We're at
kicked it off.
23... Here, I'm going to make a note. We're at 23 minutes.
Okay.
Because no jokes, you do have to, rip a piece out here.
Okay.
Because we can talk about who the characters are. We got to be really careful.
About who the killer
No,
is.
hold on. Go out. Hold on.
No, it's fine. It's
Right?
cool. Yeah, that's fine.
'cause-
Okay, DMAN. Come sit.
Derek is here. Derek Lackenbauer.
Derek Lackenbauer has arrived. So,
Yes. D-Man.
yeah.
How are
got-
you? First-
You got to do a
first of
ballet
all-
to get in here.
Sir, you are looking...
Shit. So shit.
No, because the other day I saw him.
Such an
I
addict.
happened to see him in the real worlds
Oh.
after
paint job?
doing his yub,
My yob.
and he was looking just like.
How are you?
Yeah.
But now you've got some Abercrombie.
Yeah. Are we allowed to advertise?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We drink beers and brought to you by.
Brought to you by Sons and Bitches.
I'm in. Okay.
Hold on. Hang tight. Here you go.
Blanc. Oh,
Huh?
look at this guy.
Okay, wait, get up.
Oh, you need another one.
Yeah,
You guys just power drinking. No need to put shit in the cooler.
correct.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome, Derek.
Why, thank you.
So we were just talking about... Let me take a drink.
I'm glad you showed up when you
characters.
showed up.
Yeah, we were just diving into the
I'm glad I
characters
showed up when I showed up.
because we are now we're just talking about who they are and what they want. Because it's my belief usually when building a character that the what they want is one of the primary. You can talk about other things, but that primary thing that they think about. It's that primary driver in their lives.
So we need your help with this one because I feel like as the actor, I want you to think about like just their perspectives and what we can tell other actors to start to get them excited about their own particular role. Right? If that makes sense. Because we want to give them we want to give everybody a couple nuggets, and we haven't really talked about who they are, so we're going to get into that, but not really who they are, if that makes sense. So the part of the purpose
you still
of
want the actor to be able to develop.
Yeah, and the thing is, like we were discussing earlier, was that and you're aware we're not going to tell you guys everything that happens, right? So when we rehearse and all that kind of stuff, you need to know who you are as a person so you can just play whatever is happening. You don't necessarily need to know the script. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So we just spoke about William Winter, who is
Sorry.
that's not a fly. That is
so
not a fly.
unprofessional.
This
is bullshit.
Get out.
Screw you guys.
Okay, so we're just talking about William Winter.
Yeah.
Who's one of our leads. I'd say he's probably our lead.
Here's the thing: all the people in the house are.
Let me just put a 1 next to his name.
Number 1.
Who is William Winter?
All the people in the house are important, right? But William is that guy, that external force that really gets things moving in a weird way. Right?
Yes, he brings the winds of change. Well, no, actually he doesn't. He doesn't, but he gets involved with the house once the winds of change happen.
So the one thing I'm just going to throw out there as we discuss, because there's certain things that the three of us know, because Derek is, I mean, way more involved than everybody else, right? Derek knows more about the script and what's going on.
I know a little more than I should,
maybe,
considering my involvement.
Maybe, but that's okay because we do need your help for everything. But so Derek may know things that happen in the movie. We just got to be careful not to talk about certain things.
We're not going to give things away.
Correct.
We're talking about who people are. We're not going to talk about what happens to them.
Right. We're not going to talk about who the killer is. We're not going to talk about who dies when or how they die and things like that, because there is certain things that we want to surprise even the audience with, even though we're telling them a lot about the movie, right?
Yeah.
So
okay, so William Winter, he's a survivor. He's a survivor at all costs. Now
That's the movie title, Winter Wonderland.
Boom.
Yes, and what he wants is to get to the A Corp's warehouse, which is like, so A Corp is like it's like a large scale manufacturer. It's the kind of like Walmart. They manufacture everything. They manufacture furniture. They make food. They have all sorts. And at one point, he was a trucker for these guys.
So they're an Acme.
Okay.
Acme.
Here we have a story issue. He's a mountain man.
Yes.
Who's like self-sufficient. He lives in his little hut. What makes him leave?
He's running out of shit. I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good
question. And we're not going to deal with that now. We're going to deal with that later because he left for some reason. And so he needs to want something, but he also...
Okay, so
he
just
needs
keep
to be
in mind...
pushed into like...
It's the monsters.
But he's out in the woods, man.
Monsters are everywhere.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If his wife and son died before,
yeah,
right? So he's a loner, he's a mountain man, he's living by himself. But when these creatures are out there, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Do you want to necessarily be alone?
And or he wanted
to be alone before.
He
Why
wants
does he
to be
want
in
He wants to be
in the most secure place that he knows he can get into.
Why?
Because he wants to protect himself.
He can hunt. He's a hunter in the forest. Like I know you guys are like playing devil's advocate, but this is a serious question. He would, as a person who's kind of lives alone, who kind of lives in the mountains, something has to drive him from his home.
Okay.
And yes, maybe it can be the monsters, but it needs to be a really like
Because his home.
Do you know what? Do you know what it could be? It could.
fire.
Yes, exactly. What if it's looters?
Okay.
Because I feel like if the monsters wouldn't be out there, but what if it was like looters that saw the smoke and they came look for help and they. So we need to.
And so he wants to go from any place that's micro safe to a place where he feels is maximum security.
Yeah.
Because he's been there. He's been there.
Why would he go through the town?
It's on the way.
If he's comfortable. And why is he walking?
Because nothing works. It's a good question. These are all good questions.
Yeah.
Why do cars not work?
I think cars would work. You just can't go outside. You can't start the car. Because then you'll get attacked.
But
We're still
Once
going
you're in a car,
you're
once
still
you're in a
going
truck.
on the whole thing that they work off sound.
Yes.
Yes.
Echolocation.
Right.
So we can play with that sound.
so why does William leave his house? We're going to get to that later.
Yeah. Okay, good. So
But
Williams
I'm just gonna
wants...
I'm going to throw one other thing out there. Why don't cars work? And at the same time, maybe they do, but I'll just put it on here. And I'm also going to say...
Because then people would get in cars and then they would drive over the creatures.
I'm going to say...
Yeah, mow them down.
Why is the power out? Now, here's the thing. Maybe we just never find out. And who cares?
Yeah,
but we
absolutely.
should think about it.
Because we should know... We should know the backstory.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to deal with Mike.
Yeah.
It felt... The thing about Mike, he always felt funny to me. Like, his desire to go to the warehouse, it just felt weird. It doesn't feel like it's a mountain man thing to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, you're not familiar with the warehouse thing yet, but we're going to get into that later.
Okay, so talking about...
But what we're trying to say is, William has an agenda. He's going somewhere specific, and that's why he ends up meeting you guys at the house.
Right.
Yeah, and he will explain to all of you his plan with
What
the
if-
hopes of bringing you all with him.
at some stage. What if... So I know we wanted a pregnant wife, but what if somebody got sick? What if he was trying to get someone sick to a hospital? Okay, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Derek Monroe. He is a mild-mannered...
Somebody.
Mild-mannered... What does he do for a living? What did he do for a living? I mean, I'll leave it as teacher.
Want to do teacher?
I'll just leave it as teacher, but, I mean, we can change it very easily. So, he's a mild-mannered teacher.
Now he becomes kind of... he's kind of the leader in the house, sort of.
Yeah, he is kind. He takes on a leadership role, sort of a soft, gentle leader.
Yep. And does become friends with Winter.
Yeah,
So they kind of become buddies.
yeah.
Teacher. And leader.
Yeah. What does he want? He wants.
He
Okay.
wants to... So he,
When we meet him for the first time, what does he want?
So he wants to survive. Right? And he...
I mean, we're gonna say that for everyone, right?
No, I understand that. But he is intelligent. And he's frustrated that, like, he doesn't know how to survive in this new world.
Yes.
Right? Because the one thing that we talked about was we wanted somebody to kind of not latch on to William exactly, but like really learn from William, right? Become his like buddy, right?
He's a very
Like,
smart man. This is a very smart man.
Like we just saw
Oh shit, we got Derek playing it. There's no fucking ways, bro.
So Derek is Derek Monroe.
yes.
Yeah.
Put lots of thought into that name.
And ask this guy. He came up with the names.
I did actually. I thought you would like to be called your own name.
Yeah.
That way in improv, you know, people are just they know who you are. Everybody else is different though. I just figured you because of how
He is frustrated at not knowing how to survive, but he's also he's a man that needs to know, right? He's a man that needs to know,
Needs to understand.
And this is kind of a worse. He's in his worst nightmare because they don't know what's going on. So he's
How
kind
about
of
his
in his
frustration is coming
worst.
from he's
nightmare.
a guy who always seems to find the solution to problems, and now he's in a problem situation that he can't find the solution to.
Yeah.
And it's driving him mad, especially if he's got a teaching background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he doesn't know what the solution is, and he is a man. He's a man that needs
Needs the answers.
and
Doesn't have them,
needs
and it's driving him
answers.
nuts.
I like it.
Cool.
And he's like 60, kind of fat. Wears glasses,
Yeah.
like a little balding.
Kind of ugly. Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what? The one day.
You two can eat a dick. Kindly eat a dick.
So the one day Jason was like, Derek, or what? We playing golf, and Derek was like, "What? You want me to come on your podcast again so that you guys can just make fun of me the whole time?"
Pretty much.
I know, but it's because we love you.
That's okay. Thing is, we drink beers and make fun of each other, and that's, that's what filmmaking's all about with your buddies. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
So moving on. That was good. So then we have. Oh crap bags. Okay, I'm just actually hopping down here. Oh.
Do you want to do the mom and son next?
Yeah, it's just the way that I wrote it.
Have you guys?
What
Oh, here they are. Here they are.
come to
Okay.
How these people are all ending up in
Yeah.
this place?
A little bit. Yes, a little bit.
Are
A
we?
little bit.
Are we? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, I was writing things in the wrong place. I had what's that? Copy and paste, and you'll notice that I am writing things on computer, and Jason is writing other things by hand, or maybe the same thing.
Probably the same thing.
Yeah,
but
it's probably the same thing.
No, it is. But what I wanted to do was,
Cool. You keep going there. Antique man.
I mean, I don't know if you guys can see
Anti-cube.
the boards behind us, but my plan was to put some character names, stick them on the board for reference
Okay,
material.
cool.
Bunch of jerks.
Okay,
Are you
so-
thinking I should just write the names?
No. Okay, mother and brother. So we have
That is what
Becca.
I'm doing. You bunch of jerks.
We have Becca Thomas or Rebecca Thomas, and we have Frankie Bernard. So they are.
No, it's not Frankie Bernard.
Yeah.
It's Frankie.
Bernard Isaacs.
That's the one. Frankie Isaacs.
Okay, so they are a brother and a sister, or they are a brother and a sister-in-law. They're kind of family, right?
Yeah. Brother-in-law. Brother-in-law.
So the one thing to know is that they both. So before the movie happens, they both were standing inside the house, and Rebecca's daughter got out of the house and was making a noise in the snow. The father ran out to save her, and she was making a noise as these creatures came to get her. The father runs out to save her. The father and the daughter get killed. And Rebecca and Frankie...
Frankie is the brother of the guy that got killed.
Rebecca freezes. Check this for a scene. Rebecca freezes. Frankie comes up next to her, sees what's happening, and closes the sliding door and locks it.
Because it's done.
Difficult,
Can't do it
yeah,
anymore.
and it's a difficult decision to make, but you're either going to go out and get killed, and this is where they are right now, because they don't know how to survive. So you're either going to go out and get killed, or you're going to attempt to survive. Now, this is probably going to be her and his greatest scar.
Right.
Their biggest scar is going to be this moment. She's going to hate him for that. She's going to hate herself for freezing. She's going to hate him for closing the door and locking it.
What was her last name again?
Thomas, Rebecca Thomas. So
you're gonna have the typical, not to say typical, but somebody screaming, "Help me, God, help me!" Blah 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 blah. While this sliding door happens.
yeah,
Or they're
I
just
don't-
gonna
I
talk about that, and this isn't gonna be a scene that we see.
I think they'll just talk about this. Although
Oh,
that
we
would-
won't-
could be
we
a
won't
flash.
see it.
It could be a flash,
it could be a very effective.
like a nightmare. A nightmare that she's having. and
She wakes up from a
from.
nightmare.
Yeah. We
Or
see the
we
nightmare.
don't. Or we don't.
You can just see the nightmare in a couple of foggy clips, which would be kind of cool.
It's a very strong image, like her standing there and just
You should write that down.
just slowly sliding the door.
Because you could almost, if it's in Dream World, it could be, that your camera over her shoulder type thing of what she's seeing, and it's not clear.
Yeah.
It's
So she's in focus, and we have a blurry
stuff
background.
going on,
Yeah.
and you hear the cries for, bloody murder going on, save me, blah blah blah, and her freezing.
Yeah.
And then him coming in and doing his thing, and you know exactly what their pain is, without having to go
Now,
into dive.
I will say,
And then you just see this monster come up as the door closes and he locks. It's just this monster. The reflection of this monster comes right up to the window.
Now you're drinking my beer, bitch.
Oh, I was. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Clicking up against the glass.
Okay, so if we're doing that, you know what that means.
We're doing a flashback?
If we're doing a flashback,
Yeah.
it means we need the father,
Oh, we need more people.
and we need a daughter.
I mean, I could be the father.
Or you just, like I said,
I
you
have a
need
daughter.
blurred out images in the foreground, background, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's more voice work than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, moving on.
That's good. So we can talk, but we can definitely talk about that because
Yeah, and you made a note.
Yeah. The thing is, if we do a
Just sit right in front of me, that's
flashback,
all.
if we do a flashback for one person,
Yeah.
Do we do flashback for others?
does that open a gate?
Well,
Now,
Do we do a
Depends.
flashback for whoever the killer is?
Depends on.
I mean, maybe.
Depends on-
Maybe everybody gets a flashback, and now we're getting into Lost, right? Because that's the structure of Lost. Everybody's on the island, then we flash back to their lives
I don't know
beforehand.
if I love that necessarily.
I know it's just a decision. I mean, this is a big moment.
Yeah.
But then, say for instance, we want to stay in the house, right? We don't want to go
They
shooting
don't
all
all
over
have
the
to have
place.
flashbacks, but others could
Talk.
describe their situation.
And that could be a nightmare.
Okay.
Like Derek's idea
It
was...
could be a nightmare.
Yeah.
And you know what? The brother is the detective. So in the house, he is in fact going to be one of our. We're gonna love this kid, and he's going to be one of our faves.
I actually had a thought.
And maybe it's his nightmare.
Yeah. Okay. I had a cool thought,
Yeah.
which I'm not sharing.
Oh, he cannot share his thought. Okay, so
Some thoughts you can't share. Okay.
so what does the mother want? So Rebecca Thomas.
Now, can she not necessarily want, but she is driven by her sorrow, right? And like maybe she is angry.
Absolutely.
That's it. Period.
She's angry at herself
at herself,
for not
at Frankie,
for not running,
at everyone.
and saving her husband.
It'd be fun if we got into a argument about how could you possibly freeze up when your baby was out there or something like that.
If somebody throws it right back at her face,
Right.
Yeah.
Can you
But
make a quick note of that?
Oh my god! Do you know what? There is actually a bunch of people who believe that if you shouldn't make notes because you can make bad notes and then you will remember them, but the good ones will always stay.
Maybe we shouldn't write anything. We
Maybe
should
we
just
shouldn't write anything.
just go for it.
Fuck, man. Make a note of that. What?
Because here's the thing, I forget things.
What did you say? It's fine. Never mind. I'm joking. What was it? What was it? I'm sure it was very important. Somebody's mean to her. Okay, cool. Let me write that down.
Yeah, make a note.
No, what? Somebody.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly
somebody's
right.
mean to her. No, I'm not making that note.
No.
This
Somebody
is good
specifically says like, I would have went out to save my own daughter or something like that. Like essentially really setting her over the edge at one point, right?
I have not yet tried this beer, and I'm going to say it.
Do you know what? The killer should say that to him.
It's got a bit of a sweetness to it.
Fuck. I'm really bad at this.
You are bad at this. Here's the thing, I was trying to set it up like she's insanely angry so that people would know that potentially...
What's the time?
No,
What's
don't worry
the time
about it.
right now?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
We aren't good at this. Whoever's listening to our podcast is probably going to figure out who all the people
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
That's a cute little camera.
Yep, little GP, little GoPro. Okay, so she's
We have two more.
driven by her angry self.
And eventually, we're going to be able to go like...
driven by sorrow.
Was that actually a GoPro?
Yep.
But it's not an amazing GoPro. It's the lowest end of the GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro. Fuck you. This your GoPro that we bought.
Okay.
Bitches.
It's actually kind of awesome. It's called a GoPro Session, and it's waterproof.
And it's got the fisheye-ish.
A little bit.
Type-ish.
What do you mean, little bit? It's like this is that straight.
This straight
roof
thing is an archway.
looks like this. Okay. I'm gonna say that she kind of wishes she was dead.
Okay.
She hates herself that much. She kind of wishes she had gone with her husband and daughter. And now she's stuck here. So she's angry. She's afraid to die. But she kind of wants to.
Okay.
Frankie.
She wants to punish herself.
Yeah.
Frankie is a ladies' man. Is Frankie a ladies' man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he wants to be. I'm going to say yes.
No, because
Let's let
remember,
him kiss a couple girls and guys.
he's going
in the
for
house.
he's going for
Yeah.
everyone in the house.
Oh, Frankie likes to play.
He's a player.
So Frankie is our detective. He is the detective. What did he do beforehand? What was his job beforehand?
Detective things.
What was her job? What was his mom's job beforehand? I'm gonna say she packed bags.
What?
Who cares?
She's a stay-at-home mom.
Stay at home.
Or
She got pregnant.
did she never really love her
Pregnant
child?
by accident.
That's so terrible.
She got pregnant by accident.
Oh, yeah. Penis just fell into her.
Yeah.
So the point being, the
Oops.
point being that
was an
she's like,
accident.
she kind of, one of the things that she kind of felt like her daughter came into her life and like messed things up a little bit. You know what I mean?
She was a stewardess. And she wasn't allowed to fly around and travel like she used to.
Okay, cool.
Excuse me.
The accident happened at 33,000.
My understanding is flight attendant, I think
Before-
is the proper
Yeah, flight
terminology.
attendant before stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. And now she wants to travel.
That's quite the hat.
She doesn't want to travel anymore. The world is over.
Were you at snow blowing before?
There's a reason for this hat, D-Man.
Because of the Winter Wonderland.
Okay. What was Frankie? Was Frankie a cop? Because if he was a detective, it would.
How about this? How about Frankie did like 2 years of a 4-year program and he dropped out?
Wait,
but he thinks he
Flunked
was
out of cop school.
Did Frankie ever go to Hollywood?
Did he? Is that a movie?
Is that a movie? Frankie went to
it is.
Hollywood?
No, I just dated myself over you assholes. Frankie goes to Hollywood. It's a band. Relax. Don't do it when you want.
I have heard that song.
Of course you have. It's Zoolander.
Gunch.
It's like the song that sends people in Zoolander into like this
Yes,
crazy
well.
spin where they go and kick people's
yeah.
heads off.
Frankie
Amazing.
goes to Hollywood.
Cool. Very cool. So Frankie flunked out of cop school.
It's I'm 60.
Or do we like or do we like the fact that he's smart actually?
Do you know what? He's
Yeah.
a student.
He's a student in cop school.
No, not even cop school. Just make him a university
Law.
student. Yeah.
Screw the cop.
Just like make
Okay.
him a university student. Just someone
Who wanted to be a detective?
Yeah.
No, you don't go to school for law if you want to be a
could.
cop.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. You get involved with the cops, man. You don't go to law school.
Sure you can.
No. To become a cop,
could.
I'll take you a little bet right now.
A little
Nobody
bit too
goes
much
to.
for becoming a cop.
Yeah. You're
Awesome.
gonna go to law school. You're like, I could get $100,000 salary, or I could start as a beat cop and work my way up to detective.
No, but you can go. There's
Criminology and
There's-
stuff like that.
sure,
When
there's
it's
like-
not law.
Yeah.
oh my God, there's no law. I took law in high school. There's no
I
law
know,
in.
but no. But you don't.
You're
go
talking.
on- you
You're
don't-
talking about being in university for law.
Yeah.
It's no joke. Like you're like.
You're 10 years.
You're not
into
becoming a
being
cop.
What about college?
A lawyer.
Oh, like a college course for law.
College?
College law.
We're losing listeners by the second. They're like,
No, college is
Here's the thing.
amazing.
Here's what
College
you
is
need to
amazing.
understand. College students are our people.
No. College is amazing. But if you want law,
Yeah.
you go to university.
Okay.
University is doctor, lawyer,
Professor.
yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Like the big guys, you know what I mean? But like if you
I
want to
was
do
more
a smaller,
thinking
smaller
like
profession,
he's taking
more common profession, you go to college.
Yeah. Like
You think he's a more college? I like the idea that he's super smart.
okay.
I like the idea that he's highly
He
intelligent.
is going
dude.
to be a lawyer. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Like I like the idea that he's a highly intelligent dude, and that's part of the reason that they pick him. They're like, listen, you're smart.
Smart.
And you know what? That can be a topic of like you can be like he's really, really, really smart, but there can also be a bit of animosity, a bit of intellectual challenge
He
between
might
the
be
two.
smart, but he's young, so he doesn't have the street smarts.
No, I know, but you're also a guy that needs to know the answers. So this
True.
guy kind of steps on your toes a little bit, which is a nice place where you guys can butt heads a little bit.
We need everybody butting heads or friends at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It
There
needs to be like Survivor Island.
Yeah.
Okay, so is he in university? No.
Sure.
Yeah, in university for law.
Law school.
Law school, smart man. What does he want? I mean, he wants his old life back.
He wants to bang the ladies.
Yeah, this is what he wanted.
wants to make the sex.
He wanted to be a lawyer. He wanted to live in a penthouse. He wanted to become partner. He wanted to have a sexy
Want a
broad.
fancy car.
He wanted a fancy car. He wanted all of those things, and every single one of those things was taken away.
Yeah.
So, like, what
By
is he?
these
What is
cooking bastards?
Yeah, what is he like? What does
So
that
he
leave
wants
you with?
he wants to play detective and play playboy. He wants to be himself.
Are these people aware that if it's global or if it's isolated?
They don't
No.
know. This is going to be part of the movie.
They actually don't know much.
Yeah. So the movie, we've got an A and a B story. The A story being the whodunit.
Yeah.
Who's killing people in the house. The B story is what the fuck is going on because we don't know.
So there's no radio, there's no TV.
And this is one of the scenes we want someone building a radio. Like you got to run a wire, run a wire on a thing, or they're trying to get a radio to work, right?
So the radio piece that we talked about in the car was that when the guy at the beginning of the movie turns the car on, the radio works.
Imagine if a tape was in there and a song comes on. Like he like
We
turns
could
it.
do that too.
Go, relax. Don't do it.
So yes, that'd be amazing. Oh, can you imagine some
Oh,
like
you have to pay the rights
amazing,
for
Yeah, some awesome song.
some awesome song where he's getting eaten? Oh, that'd be so good.
Because that's all. It's really cool to do it where you have a song that is kind of counterintuitive to what the like in two examples come to mind in Clockwork Orange when he's beaten the guy to death and it's, I'm singing in the rain.
Well, and you got American Psycho where he's doing the Huey Lewis in the News.
I don't know it.
Have you never seen American Psycho?
I have. I just don't remember that scene.
What song was it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing like It's Hip to Be Square,
Oh.
and he's talking about it the whole time. Like, what you might understand about Huey Lewis in the News is that blah blah blah, and the guy's like, why is there? He's drugged or drunk or something. He's like, why is there plastic sheets all over the ground? Why are you wearing a raincoat?
Yeah.
He's like, because I don't want blood to get on my floor. Gah! Anyways, I can't remember how it
No,
goes
that's cool.
exactly.
But another place where they do that is in the the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, done by David Fincher. When we're down in the basement of the killer, he puts on Enya, sail away, sail away, sail away. And he's about to,
Well, you remember
about to
what
gut
was the one-
someone.
Reservoir Dogs, where he's playing Stuck in the Middle with You, where he's like gonna cut the guy's ear off. It's like,
Yes, exactly.
what's happening here? Are we running out of?
Are we low on the battery? It just shut down.
Oh, we're running on the battery empty.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
You guys don't have a plug-inable?
yeah, we have a plug.
Hit it. Yeah.
And we're back.
And we're back. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Okay, so let's try to
Okay,
get
let's-
through the rest of our characters
Yeah.
here.
So Frankie is a detective, university law student. He's a very smart man. The one character thing I have with regards to he wants to sleep with all the ladies, I don't think in this situation he would be thinking about that.
You're wrong.
I don't think he's going to want to pump girls. when the world is ended.
No.
Like, I think it's the last thing on anyone's mind.
Is it?
I think you're wrong.
Anytime you're watching a movie and there's some kind of serious death or whatever, somebody always ends up coming together.
Yes. Not only that.
But it can't be in a sleazy way.
Not only that, but a sleazy guy, even if he's a smart detective, is always a sleazy guy. It doesn't matter what's going on.
But he's afraid for his life. Like, he
Is he?
is. There are
Yeah,
people.
so then
Yes,
he's gonna-
there are people
so
killing
what-
each other.
but
You
what do you
think
think's gonna
somebody's
be on
going to be
his-
like, yeah, I'm gonna.
What do you think's going to be on
We'll
his
try and
list
get
to
with
make
her.
sure he does then before he dies? If he
Not
thinks
at
he's
all.
gonna die?
I know you guys sitting in this situation. You guys are like, yeah, for sure, I'd whack one out. But when the plane is crashing, your dick goes inside your body, and you grab the chair. That's the human reaction.
But
You
there are
don't
gonna
go.
be moments-
You don't go like in the movies where everybody's
Not my
like,
dick.
everybody just looked around and everyone was like, the plane's gonna crash. Let's all have sex. And I know that there's a movie where they talk about that. What movie is that? Where the plane is going down, so everybody just starts having sex with each other. And then
I don't think that's a movie.
No,
it happens
but it would
in
be
it.
a good one.
But I don't think that's what
Snakes
that's
on
what
a plane?
happens. Like, I think people are not thinking about that. People are thinking more about survival. They are grabbing the armrest as tight as they can.
Yeah,
But aren't there
I think you're
moments
forgetting that.
in this movie where there will be
Tenderness?
tenderness,
Yes.
times where
Yes.
they forget.
Yes, and in those situations, that's fine. But just the way that
But you're forgetting that they're not in imminent danger, right?
Well,
they
they
have
don't
been
know.
living in this house
They're
for
only in
3
imminent danger if
weeks,
they leave.
yeah,
and they're living together. And sometimes, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much,
I don't disagree with that. But I don't think he can be a playboy.
okay.
Well, he can be that person, but he's probably not going to be that person.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's
It may
pro-
come
in
out
this
a little bit.
in this
Il
situation.
poquito.
In this situation,
Okay,
like,
well,
just remember it's life and death here, and
then you know what? What you're building here is layers,
yeah.
right? You're a playboy, but you're scared. Your penis is back inside your body.
Yes, at the moment you're clutching the chair.
The plane is going down.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I like it. Write that down.
Used to be a playboy. Wanted
Now he is
the
scared
fast
shitless.
car, big house, hot trophy wife,
Excuse me.
and now has
All he wants in life is a sweet Bluetooth speaker. That's waterproof.
Is that all? What is
Yeah.
that? What is
Write
that?
that
you're
down.
looking
It's his driving force.
for? He just wants a Bluetooth speaker that's waterproof.
I mean, those
Okay.
things are sweet because you can connect your phone to them and play music wherever you are.
Okay, then we have Cindy Dawson and Sid Dawson.
Yeah. Cindy and Sid.
So, Sid Dawson is done with the house.
Sid is the guy that dies at the very beginning.
I thought we weren't doing that stuff.
Well, everybody's gonna know that one. Sid is in the movie for 5 seconds.
I didn't know until now.
Sid is the
He had. We open the house. We introduce the house with him. He has this like speech. He's like, "I'm fucking done, guys. I am going out of the house. I'm leaving," and he leaves. And his wife is like, "I'm fucking staying in the house." And he goes, and he's the first person to get killed. He actually is the vehicle through which we introduce the rest of the world, the rest of this environment. So we introduce the creatures, although we won't show the creatures, but we introduce the dangers of the outside through Sid.
Sid is a cool character because, and I'm not saying we would get this, but if we were to find anyone who people recognize as a named actor, they would play
It would
Sid.
be Sid.
Because
Yeah.
Sid's gonna at the very beginning he's gonna be like looking out the window and like Adrian said, like giving this monologue, setting up the world, and then be the first to die. So, they'd be on set for a couple hours.
A day.
A day.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably more than a couple hours, but yeah.
We're shooting in the snow again.
That's just exciting.
We have
Did we say that we would
Never
never
again.
do it again?
stupid.
No,
We're
I think
just
you
like-
said, I always want to film a winter.
No, but
I did
it's
say that.
stupid that we're like,
I did
oh,
say
we're
that.
writing these other scripts. You know what we should do? Just Just get together
winter.
for a weekend and shoot a movie for
middle of
for
winter.
fun.
I mean, it's supposed to be inside the house,
Yes.
but it sounds like we will be outside a few shots. All right. So, what does Cindy Dawson want? And who is Cindy Dawson? So, Sid Dawson wants to get out of the house. He's done with the house. He has to leave. Cabin fever. You know, it's just too much sitting around doing nothing. So this feeling of sitting around doing nothing and wanting to leave, other people should have this feeling too.
Yeah.
That guy.
Okay, and then Cindy Dawson, why doesn't she go with her husband?
She's afraid.
Yeah.
She's like, he's an idiot.
Smart. Yeah.
Is she pregnant?
She loses her shit on him as he goes out, does she not?
Well,
No.
she's like, please don't go.
Or she just, fuck it, go then, go.
No, you're actually not going to meet the other people.
So it's a one-shotter just on the guy.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, with
maybe.
yeah, this is the way we're thinking right now.
Right. He turns back. He gives his monologue. Blah, 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 blah,
It's
and
directly
then
here, and he's talking to everyone, but we never leave him. It's him all the way.
Yeah.
It might be interesting. It might be interesting to really pull back slowly. You just see sort of these figures.
Yeah, as he
standing
goes.
there as he goes. Like you don't see them clearly, but
What do you think about having her pregnant?
yeah, I would like someone to be pregnant because the thing is,
Well, then it's got to be her.
yeah, in any apocalyptic movie, you have to introduce the idea, in my opinion, of new life.
Right.
She would represent the new leaf and the thing that they need to keep safe. You know what I mean? It's almost like protect the baby because they're the future and we don't know what the future holds, but this is what we need to protect. So I think she would be the most fragile thing and sort of the center.
Does A Corp have a medical facility in addition to its manufacturing facility or no?
Or like a pharmacy. I mean, I know that they would have a pharmacy, and yes, do you know what? The Walmart down the road here has a walk-in clinic. They have everything. When you walk into a Walmart, they never want you to leave.
You could give birth at a Walmart, no problem.
You could. They would have what you needed. You know what I mean?
I assume like towels.
I think people have given.
I mean, this is just a loose association. We're not saying that Walmart is A Corp. No.
Absolutely not, because Walmart doesn't actually manufacture. Like, what we're trying to say is that this A Corp actually manufactures
Everything.
Think of A Corp like China.
Walmart and IKEA
IKEA
had
doesn't
a
make
baby.
No, IKEA doesn't make anything either.
They do. They make all their furniture.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They
It's
make
all
the
IKEA
wood.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they don't make the wood. The trees make the wood.
Right, but they shaped the wood into whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Sure then. Fine. Walmart and IKEA plus China.
Plus China.
In one.
Do they?
I don't know if they do.
They make their furniture?
Do
yeah.
they?
It's IKEA furniture. Yeah.
I don't know about that. But anyways, let's write that down as an aside question.
Do IKEA
we need to answer.
make their own furniture? Yeah.
You already Googled
The answer
that?
is no. Google's like, no.
Although IKEA household products and furniture are designed in Sweden, they are largely manufactured in developing countries to keep costs down.
By companies that are not IKEA, obviously. What I'm saying is
But
that
it
this
is-
corporation actually...
No, they would do the same thing.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would.
Would they have other companies manufacture?
That's what they're doing when they go
No,
when they're bringing the resources from somewhere else.
Well, it'd be one hell of a big building if they actually manufacture on site everything.
I'm just saying. The idea that I had would be cool. It would be cool if we. I mean, who knows? But it'd be cool if we got in touch with the guys at Lot 42. They have a pretty big facility.
For us to build a factory inside.
Sure.
So movie number 3,
Okay.
or if we get Magillans.
It's for you, buddy.
Okay.
You want another beer?
I mean, I could. How long is this podcast going? No, that one's for you.
I have a beer upstairs. If one of you guys wants a beer.
Yep.
go
Okay,
get
I'm
one.
gonna go.
Okay.
You guys keep
Just
talking.
let me go. Let me go because the Heather might be bumping.
Okay, I'm gonna run. Can you pull up your beat sheet? I'm gonna run Derek through some stuff.
Okay.
Hang on, you've got a cord attached here.
Just you can unplug for now. Just hold the cord. Okay. Just go to here.
Is that okay? We can take a break and run through the story a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes down, left to right and down.
People can hear the story. People can hear the basic story. We just don't want to get into some specifics.
Careful.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, yeah, it was great. In the car last weekend when we shot to Toronto, we just worked through more and more of like how things are going to work. And actually, I could pause everything and tell you the backstory. That would be fun. So you remember Sid Dawson freaks out. He goes and dies. Then we've got that scene where Winter's walking through the snow and the monsters come and like walk past him. And we kind of, now the one neat thing that we thought about for this is that you don't actually see the monsters in the opening scene. You see like them tackle Sid. And then even with the winter scene where you're kind of showing it from above, like we talked about before, you're showing it from above. Winter kind of walks in, sees the neighborhood, the monsters start coming out, he hunkers down, and they walk right past him. We were actually thinking of cutting in close and not showing the monsters. Yeah. So that you, like people watching our show here, will know what the monsters are, because we've talked about echolocation, the fact they can't see you and all that kind of stuff. But the idea will be that the viewers of the movie will think that maybe they're zombies, right? And he just hunkers down and they just kind of walk right past him and all you see is their feet. So again, you're still not seeing the craziness of their...
And the look on his face of sheer fear.
Right. So, then we have a guy named Zeke Turner. He's going to be the first to get murdered. Now, at first we're going to actually think it was a suicide. Okay? So before Winter even shows up, Zeke has been hung outside or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So that's what happens. Then Winter arrives on the scene.
Holy shit, you're in just talking the first act, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to go quick. So Winter gets to the house. He kind of gets in. And at first they don't want to let him in. But he gets himself in. And then what they actually do is they apologize because what happened was they let another guy in. So when you were asking earlier on, like, thank you very much, how have they all gotten together?
Yeah.
Early on when the problem started happening, as people came to the door, they let people in. And they've kind of got a little camaraderie. They've grouped together. But then as time has passed and things have been getting worse, now the people that are coming into the house are bad, right?
There are also bad people.
There are also bad people.
Gave me the impression too, like food and water is very limited.
It's getting
too,
scarce.
So how many people can they keep having?
Because the thing is, utilities would stop eventually. Like you're like, why is the power out?
Right.
Because if eventually something would go wrong.
Right.
You know, the power stations stop pumping out electricity because people are in trouble, and the power going out is a thing.
So what happens is, he gets in. They apologize to him because they're like, the last guy we let in robbed us. Your beer is delicious.
Yeah, I just want your lips to touch my lips.
Not just this beer, but just Derek's beer.
I just want our lips to be touching.
And that's the best you can do.
Mm-hmm. That's as close as I can get.
Just write it on the page, and then it has to happen in real life.
Yeah, write it down.
Adrian and Derek. Okay, so something that I thought about, which might be a really interesting goal for our group. They see a house down the road with solar panels, and they're like, "We should go there."
I want you to keep in mind that requires us to. Oh, we're not actually going to get there.
No.
Okay.
But it just gives him like a potential desire. Like it's gonna change with Winter coming in there and being like, don't worry about that, guys, let's do something else, or it just adds dynamics. But somebody in the house is like, those solar panels,
those people have power.
We could do something with that. We should go.
Yeah, totally agree.
So if there's no power,
they should go.
How are they staying warm?
They're not.
Jackets, blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
are cold.
We are gonna like this movie. Yeah, like you should be able to see your breath. Sometimes. We won't keep it too cold in here. We don't want your pipes burst.
Okay. Medium cold.
Yeah. But we're going to light with, like, lanterns.
Yeah.
And flashlights. And, like, one person should have the LED light that lasts
the
the
whole
whole time.
internally cold by just opening windows and doors.
Yeah.
And not burst pipes.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, we do. Because people have to cuddle.
Me and you, Jay.
Boom.
Me and you are cuddling.
No. Don't be ridiculous.
You and
Okay.
Wait, are you...
Yeah, we're going to move on.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Just finish the first act.
I don't even know where the first act ends. But anyways, Winter gets into
First
the house.
murder.
They're like, we didn't want to let you in because the last guy that came
Was a
robbed
dick.
us, actually, and left. And he's like, oh, did he have a...
What? What happened?
He died. They were like this. I don't know what we're doing here. This super intelligent guy comes in, robs them of all their stuff, and leaves. And he's like, "Oh, did he have like a red hat or something like that?" He's like 100 feet down the road. And by the way, here's your can opener back or whatever. You know what I mean? So he gives them their stuff back. The guy didn't make it very far. Is the idea. So they're thinking that, I don't know what's happening with your laptop. Oh, there we go. They're thinking that the other guy is a survivor as well, but he
He is not a survivor. So
Oh, he has
Yep.
a
So
dead
they
man.
discuss Zeke's suicide. Why did he do it? It was out of character. Should they bury the body? He's hanging out in the backyard, and they don't want to go bury him because they don't want to leave the house if they don't have to.
we have a lot of good situations
Yeah.
that scenes can revolve around just a couple of people having a conversation about something.
Yes.
So, like, if we keep building these issues that people have in the house, this will be really great. Like, this issue of, like, should we go bury the body? Is it because the trees aren't back here? Mm-hmm. If there's a body frozen and hanging in the tree, that's going to look super sweet.
Yeah.
It's going to look amazing balls.
And so the neat thing will be in each scene, we give the people, like Derek does not want to go. And
Derek is too
Cindy
smart to go.
or whatever, like, or Derek
Derek
is like, everyone, we have to go out there and cut him down and bury him because that is the right thing to do. So in each scene we're like,
People are butting
Derek
heads.
wants to do this, you want to do this.
Always pushing against each other. Now this is screenwriting 101. Everybody, it's tension,
Right.
drama.
Every scene.
Everybody wants something, and other people are going to stand in their way. Somebody wants something. How is people standing in their way?
Right.
So we always want people to be walking in opposite directions.
Yeah.
Um,
gonna be fun.
okay, cool. So now,
So we were at Cindy Dawson, but we didn't talk about who Cindy Dawson is. We thought that Sid had cabin fever,
Which one is it?
but Cindy was the pregnant lady, right?
Yeah, Cindy
pregnant?
Cindy is the pregnant lady. Cindy Dawson wanted to leave the house. Cabin fever is too much. Cindy Dawson, she is pregnant, and I feel like she's going to be like our purity, our icon of purity, and
She wants to she needs to protect her baby. She needs to eat. She is starving,
needs to eat.
No, she's feeding too.
right? And so that could be a thing too. Is like, why does she get more food than all of us? Why is she more important than me? Oh, that's good stuff. Write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Why does
Make a
she
note.
get more? I know. I feel like a secretary here. Why does she get more food than the rest? Yeah,
That'll
she
probably
is
come
the
up on my
icon
real high.
of-
Did that make the spikes go?
Probably.
Okay, cool. Then we have single guy Zeke Turner.
Zeke.
We have nothing on this guy. We know nothing about him.
He dies. We already told that everyone.
Okay, cool.
Zeke is not the killer. I promise.
Okay. Oh yeah. We never even meet him.
No, he's already dead by
That's
the time
right.
Winter gets there. So
That's right. We never meet him.
there's
But
a couple people that
do you know what? If we do flashbacks, we could do flashbacks of Zeke.
yeah.
Because one of the cool things about Zeke is that he's going to communicate with Frankie through the things that he did. Zeke did a number of things.
Yes, that's a good point.
That like got him into trouble and ended up in him getting killed.
Yes.
Because he figured something out.
He did.
And he got killed.
Zeke actually knows who the killer is.
He figured it out, yeah. Then he ends up axed and hanging in a tree, frozen like a your little ice chip.
Yep.
You know, frost
Like
bitten,
a meat popsicle.
like a meat popsicle hanging in the tree, just Batmaning it out. And then and through Frankie's investigation, he is going to discover what Zeke knew, and Zeke is actually going to be like the ghost that guides us through. Stop yawning, you son of a bitch.
I had a long day.
Okay,
Damn it.
single girl. Her name
My mind is working.
is Lauren Good.
With an E.
Lauren Good.
Goudet.
Good day.
Like a boudet, only
Yeah,
different.
like
Hey,
boudet.
boudet, me goudet.
G'day.
G'day, mate.
She could be Australian.
That'd be weird.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Lauren Good.
So we have nothing on Lauren Good. We know
We-
nothing about her. So let's decide how old she is.
Well, single girl.
20s.
So, yeah, 20s.
She is 20s. She is a dancer, but not that kind.
I like it.
She is. Let's think about some more things. Let's just give her a.
She's currently in university herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Her parents are dead?
so she was a bit of an orphan.
No. Like, she escaped a problem.
Parents have been killed by monsters.
Yeah, like she ran from her house down the block.
So imagine.
Because you remember we have two houses, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, we switched to one house. We switched to one house, and the monster was Mike beats him. Remember? William beats him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. We switched to one house. Oh,
We were gonna do one house full of murdered people, and
Yeah.
we were gonna do one house full of eaten people, if you remember. But I think we switched off the house with the eaten people
Yeah.
in lieu of the monster that comes in when the guy is trying to empty the poop bucket,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. It's a good scene.
The poop bucket's
These
full.
these are great scenes. Whew. So check out this flashback.
okay,
She's 20. Her dad is 50. Her mom is 50. And they're running down the snowy street. And the mom and dad can't keep up.
another flashback with old parents.
And she's like, she's running. And the dad says, while they're running, the dad says,
You don't stop.
don't stop.
And then he turns around.
He stops.
Yeah,
And then
He
eventually...
gives himself up so that she can continue.
yeah. He trips his wife, and then he keeps running.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Amazing. That has never been done before. He's
Hilarious.
like, sweetheart, and she's like, yes, and he's like, I'm sorry, and he throws her and he keeps going.
That's funny.
And we never really show the monsters. We just have them running.
Yep. Yeah, I was telling Derek while you were away that
wonderful crunch of the snow.
Yeah.
yeah,
We're gonna hear that many times.
yeah. I was telling Derek when you were out that even the beginning couple scenes we're thinking about not showing what the monsters are. Just showing
We're not.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
when winter huckles down,
We're gonna.
Mm.
We're gonna be on him.
that'd be awesome.
and you'll
everything
see
blurry.
maybe like
Legs.
leg
Feet,
arms,
legs,
whatever.
Yeah.
go by.
So a thought came
him shit in his
with
pants.
whoever plays the monsters are gonna need to do some serious sort of dance education or like movement education with how these monsters move. We're gonna have to like.
Are we gonna be
That'll-
monsters?
Yes.
That'll have
not,
to be-
but it not potentially not then, but at some stage.
Yeah, that's
We
gonna
will
have
be
to be a
monsters.
creative thing on your part.
Oh, yeah.
To come up with how they walk,
How they
or whatever.
move.
Yeah.
I mean, how they move, and that will have to remain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, it
That's
can't look
consistent.
stupid. It can't look like zombies
Yeah.
just tromping.
No, and that's
It's gotta look. It's more animalistic
must
hunting
happen.
kind of thing, you know.
There
Almost-
might be not much anything different about how they walk, more so than just how they carry their upper bodies. You know,
Like a
you said,
fancy?
the clicking and the
Yeah.
the clicking and the sniffing.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's yeah.
I see it very animal-like,
Yeah, it
scrambling almost like a.
It is animalistic, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
So, she outran her parents to survive.
Oh man.
She,
Crazy.
but now what that does is that like makes her, she's like, the sacrifice that you know what I mean? Like her will to survive is like
strong.
significant. She's
Yeah,
not
because
like,
Makes her super strong.
she
Strong
cannot
willed.
want to die because her parents died for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So their sacrifice would be in vain. And we don't have to show her bubbling and crying and like
No.
in a situation like in World War II when pilots were going up, you know, and everyone was dying. Like this is what it felt like. Like planes just wouldn't come back. People just got up, got in the aeroplane. Now this is from my grandfather, right? You just flew your aeroplane, you did your mission, you came back, and people died, and you can't feel sad. You just carry on going because that's just life at that time,
So,
right?
a question. At any point, do any of the people end up killing one of these creatures?
Yes.
Because that seems
Yeah.
like something that she could possibly be a part of, maybe. A vengeance for her parents.
She should be the one that takes the poop bucket outside.
The person that does that is a little bit.
Think about what we're gonna do with that person.
Without giving up too much.
Yeah.
That could be awesome.
Okay.
Anyway, something to think about.
Okay. She wants to survive at all costs. At all costs.
What if somebody wants to please people?
Memory.
Like always wants to be very helpful, is what I'm getting at.
Right.
Yeah, she always wants to help out.
Or not necessarily
Like
her,
what
but
is
just
what
somebody.
what is a not necessarily her. What is a person like who has old parents?
A person, they're a person that like really old parents.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what is
they
a 20,
dote- they
what is
doting.
what's a 20-year-old like that has 50-year-old parents?
That's a normal person.
Yeah, that's regular.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's today.
If it was if it was abnormal, she would have 80-year-old parents because then her parents had like if her father was 50 and her mother was 40, then when she was 20, her dad would be 70 and her mother would be 65. So not incapable.
okay.
You know, but the thing is, there are always those people who are like, you know, that
So what if her parents are old?
Well, her mother couldn't be.
No,
Like
what
how?
if her mother was 40.
Yeah.
So she's 60. Her mother's 60. And her father is 80. Because her father is great robbers.
It happens.
Yeah.
My dad was like that. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So,
But anyways, what is a person like that has old parents? Do you guys know anybody? Like old parents?
I did when I was in elementary school.
Yeah. Like
And
I'll give you an
he
example.
was, he was a dick. too.
But I don't know what but I don't know what they're like. But like my we're not super close, but my aunt and uncle are in their 60s and they adopted a baby,
Wow.
and they're in their 60s. So when this baby is 20, they'll be 80.
Yeah.
What is a person like? What is a person
if
like?
He's still lucky to have parents.
it depends on the
20.
it depends on the person, I think, because the thing is, the person could either become doting, which is I think what you're getting at, but they could also be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like this is fucking. I'm gonna go and
I'm
be
gonna
I'm gonna go and
pay
be
for a
20
home
guys.
for you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go be 20 guys. So I'm really
Yeah.
sorry. So it depends on the person.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were like loving parents and whatnot, you might be like, I'm 16 years old taking care of my elderly parents.
Yeah. How fair is that?
Yeah. But I do see what you were getting at about a character that wants to do anything to help out.
Right.
You know, I can do that. Hey,
Right.
I help? Can I help? Can I do this? Can I help?
Well, the
Can I
thing
do
is,
that?
it's also about keeping busy so that you don't sit there and think about. Like you think about people that are going through any kind of grief.
Yep.
One of the things that people
They
do
want to
is
stay busy.
they keep busy.
Yeah.
Right, and helping out with anything would do that.
Grief, or even just trying to kick habits, right? Like, where are people getting cigarettes or booze? That's another thing.
Cigarettes
We
and
should.
booze.
You know what we should do?
That is awesome. I'm gonna make that note. So happy to make that note right now.
You're a genius. Are you ready for another note? Throughout the movie, we finish a puzzle.
Okay. They finish a puzzle out of boredom.
Yes, that'd be amazing. Imagine if we set a table out, and we told the cast they had to fix this puzzle.
They have to finish the puzzle.
It would be funny. Like there could be moments where somebody's freaking out about something and then kind of looks at the table.
Yes.
Not yes.
No, but puts that piece in its place and then carries on
Yeah.
with the conversation.
Yeah,
they're
because
having or
you
whatever.
boredom would be an issue.
Yeah.
Doing something would be an issue. Yeah, let's have them build a puzzle.
I know it sounds dumb.
No,
But that's kind of cool.
it is kind of cool.
And because over the life cycle of the movie, you can watch this puzzle go. Gotcha, 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 gotcha.
Well, yeah.
In fact, we should put the GoPro up top.
Yeah, we should.
The audience can and
Super
will
speed it.
appreciate seeing that. Certain people will make note of that. Like, hey, look, it's getting more and more done.
We'll just have to decide on the puzzle and how hard it is.
Yeah, but
Like how many
somebody's
pieces?
gonna freak out about
8
not having
pieces. It's a Disney princess puzzle.
Yeah. Somebody wants cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on, that's the single girl. She wants to survive at all costs. I think she could be helpful. She could be super helpful, wants to stay super busy. And if there is any kind of relationship thing,
Okay,
Frankie could make a pass at her,
Frankie's
thinking that her
Frankie should
helpfulness.
make it. I'm just throwing it out there. Just make a pass at everybody, even the pregnant lady and even his sister-in-law. His dead brother has been dead for like 5 seconds, and he's like swerving up on his sister-in-law and pregnant lady. Because
You'll have people love.
Because
to
here's the
hate
thing.
this guy.
Brain, yes, but he's the one figuring out the puzzle. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he should try and pump everybody. I think it'll detract from the scariness of the movie, from the feeling.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's possible.
We have an old man, Jim Tennyson.
Jim Tennyson.
Jimmy. Good old Jim.
Was he a farmer?
He was an oil magnate.
Made my money in all. What? All.
Okay, so Jimmy Tennyson.
Oil.
Oh! Okay, so Jimmy Tennyson.
We want an old man. Just to knows
The
everything.
crusty old man who's just given up. Or not given up, but he's just like... He's just old.
He's seen it all.
Yeah.
Does he still
Made
have
his
a will
fortune.
to survive?
He's made his
Pardon?
fortune in
Does he
stocks.
still have a will to survive?
I think he's just alive.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like... He wants to live. Like, he doesn't want to get eaten by monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not like... I mean, he's not...
He
gung-ho
can't.
to
He
do
can't do anything really. Like he's.
But maybe he has something in his brain that like would really help the group, like his knowledge of like electronics or something. You know what I mean? Like he knows about old school radio.
He's from like World War II.
Kind of, but that would almost be too old though these days, like that era. But yeah,
But that's maybe the technology that would work.
that's what I mean. Like World War II is
No.
yeah.
Oh, here's the problem. Here's what you need to understand. Is I started at 1944.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting to this point right now. People are talking about it, how all the World War II vets are going to be passing on, including my grandfather soon. Yeah. So it's like a
If
thing
you want somebody that's still existing now, old
to
or whatever,
function.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Adrian in a couple episodes ago that
Desert Storm stuff and
at,
you might still get
on Remembrance Day, Telus did this thing where if you scrolled through all of the dead Canadians, it made a poppy, like the poppy kind of grew, and so I showed Lex, his like great grandfather or whatever that fought in World War One. It was cool.
Nice.
It was a weird like little. I was like, holy shit!
Both my grandfathers as well fought in World War
Yeah.
II.
I'm like a super loser. I hope there's not another World War that I have to fight in.
And do you know what? That is a wonderful question. What if a world war broke out and conscription happened so that you had to go and join the army?
Yeah.
What would you do?
100%. I would kill the enemy.
But I'm too.
You would go and become but what would you do? Would you become a foot soldier? Would you join the Air Force?
What do you need me to do?
Yeah, but gentlemen, as me especially,
You
I'm already too old. They wouldn't recruit.
You're not too old. I put a gun in your hand. You would.
I'm just saying they would not recruit me.
What would you pick?
Oh,
You're saying like, just put me anywhere, guys.
No,
They're like, cool. We'll just put you in the catapult and fling you at the ship. You're like, that's cool.
I will tell you this. I will tell you what I would do.
Tell me what you would do.
Yeah.
I would try again.
Yeah.
To go into the Air Force.
Yeah. Again?
Yeah. Because.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I
You tried to get into the Air Force?
No, I didn't go. I didn't do Air Cadets, but I applied to the Air Force, and I actually got all the way through. But I was turned down because I had
short man syndrome.
Yes, exactly right. No, they actually liked me because I fit in tiny cockpits.
You fit into tiny cocks?
Yes.
You fit tiny cocks. Okay.
No, because I had constant reoccurring migraines, they would not accept me.
Get out of here.
So now I don't have migraines anymore because for the last 2.5 years I've been on this new medication. I would try again, and I'm actually a good pilot. Like now,
reflexes and tests and things.
So
that you did.
I did even now when Lex and I went to the States, we got in a flight simulator that it is the best flight simulator I've ever been in. It's in the Smithsonian. You get in, you're totally strapped in like a pilot. Your gunner is beside you, and you like everything that you do, you can flip the whole unit right upside down.
So cool.
And I was like, and we were killing people. Oh, so amazing.
That's so cool.
Nice.
That's what I would do because I've always wanted to fly. Yeah, he was great.
Boy.
He had so much fun.
Oh, dude, that is amazing. So you would join the Air Force?
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I could do it, but that's where I would go if I had to.
See, I think I'd do the same thing. I think I would join the Air Force too.
But they wouldn't let me. I would end up being a grunt probably.
I would probably end up. I don't know that I wouldn't. I don't know that I'd be keen to be on the front lines. You know, I'd probably be like, listen, guys, let me be a mechanic or let me be a cook or something like that.
My kids are grown now, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Okay. So Jimmy Tennyson, seen it all, been to war.
Obviously not in World War II.
Yeah, but he's been to war. He knows about electronics. You know, like he has this knowledge base that is almost, it's so valuable. When the internet goes down, this is a serious thing that we need to talk about. That our generation knows nothing without the internet. And Jimmy Tennyson is sitting there. He comes from pre-internet dates, and he's like,
I don't have to
look things up.
Why don't you get your 14.4 baud modem, and we're gonna connect to AOL.
Is that what Jimmy says?
I don't know, but
No.
that would be hilarious.
But Jimmy like knows how to do stuff without having to look it up online. And this is probably SOS and knows electronics.
He's like, somebody have a phone book. Boom.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. He's like, why don't we go to... You know, by the way, did you guys know something? Hold on, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to ask you. Did you know that you can actually, if you plug a phone into the phone jack, you can call 911 even if there's no power in the house?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So, like, if
An
you had...
emergency call will always be
But
accepted.
it has to be... It has
You
to
can do
be
it at
a
a payphone,
phone...
too.
A payphone, yeah. But it has to be a phone that plugs into the wall. Like, it can't be like one of those... like...
Yeah, it needs to
Obviously.
be the direct line.
It has to be a
into
direct
the
line in.
Cool.
But if you go and get one of those old-timey phones, you can plug it directly in. Even if your house doesn't have power, you can still call 911.
Wow. There's some stuff they added, eh? So he's just practical. He comes from a time before the internet. He is grumpy as fuck. I think he should be.
Mm-hmm. I hate everyone.
Yeah, just let's give him a pretty grumpy demeanor because he's cold.
Sure.
Everybody's a little bit grumpy when they're cold,
Is he
and
frail?
when you're old, you're pretty grumpy.
Yeah. I'm getting grumpier by the second.
Because it's cold?
No, it's
I'm
not
older
hungry.
than you guys. I'm a bitch.
You must be really grumpy.
Okay, cool, and that's everyone.
Yeah, so I did add a couple people. We have the father, daughter, we have the old mom and dad.
Okay.
And the other, like just on the top of my head, the other
Flashback.
people that we need are probably going to be the people from the house.
Yeah, the dead
house,
bodies.
the house dead bodies. We're probably going to need the guy that steals the... Do we need that guy? No, eh? Okay, we're not going to do that flashback.
No, we don't. Well, no, we don't need guy that steals. No, we don't need him.
No,
No,
and
it's going to be spoken about.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
right,
what about a group of people in a home that were attacked by monsters? Yes or no? Potential.
I mean, maybe if they do make the trip
Yeah.
to Solar Panel Land.
Yeah.
You see, because here's the thing.
Right.
So imagine they do decide to make a trip to this house, and they go to the house, and the solar panels are fucked, and then they come back, and it's that whole adage of the grass is always greener on the other side, and you go and you're like, this is terrible, and the monsters ate everything and destroyed these people. And it's just corpses laying on the floor, and
Well,
let's
they're
get,
also
let's
risking
get
their
out of
own
here.
lives by going
Yeah.
to
By
this
leaving,
house.
exactly. So we just have to decide if that's going to be a thing that happens.
Yeah.
But like I said, well, one of the feelings I have right now is we're getting caught into the story of the monsters,
Yes.
and we kind of want to lock people in the house and do the murder story, right?
Yes. So I will say that I think what we need to do, I think the murder mystery portion of the discussion should not be on the podcast.
Okay.
Because it's cool. Everybody knows we're doing a monster movie, we're doing a murder mystery inside the house, but as we talk about the characters and who they are and all that kind of stuff, we're starting to maybe potentially give things away, and we've got to be careful, and especially if we start brainstorming, how does this work? Who dies when? How does this blah blah blah? We're gonna give things away, and it's gonna be a problem. So, I think now we've given people. I hope that everybody who's watching has gotten a really good sense of what we're doing with this movie, and is getting excited about it because we are shooting it in like 5 minutes, and I think that we're gonna bring VFX people in. We're gonna start talking about how we maybe started to get some money. We're gonna start to talk about how we put everything together.
Other things
beside the story.
The bringing the film together.
Correct.
Okay, so something that just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Bill Winter, our leading man, or our leading mountain man, he does not have a story. At all. He's going that way, and that's all he ever says is, I'm going that way. His story happens when his rivalry begins. He now
That's
has
fine.
purpose. What do you think?
No, I don't like that, because I'll tell you why. Just remember the discussions about all the different characters and who's who. He's going somewhere, and he describes it to the people
Why?
because he's going to bring them with him.
Why?
Because he's a nice guy.
What I'm saying
I'm
is,
just saying is no, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that where we were trying to go with the second movie is that the other guy is trying to get where he's going.
yeah, but
So in order for-
okay,
So he's chasing the guy.
I know.
Yes.
But that little piece of information, maybe that doesn't come from him.
Okay.
They can work that out in the house.
Okay.
That can become a thing that happens in the house. It's just, imagine if, because we're diving into this backstory.
Oh, so what you're saying is
Imagine
he
if-
doesn't even have a plan to go there, but because he says something and who ends up being his rival is going to go there, he ends up chasing him there.
Yes, like
Okay.
it's almost like he doesn't have a purpose, really. He like something drove him from his home that we never find out about. He's just going,
Yeah.
and we never really he remains this mystery. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
We never We never get into why he's and all of a sudden then he has purpose, right? He develops this rivalry and it becomes the rivalry to
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
something to think about.
I
Something
like
to
it.
think about.
And before we close off the show, how are we doing?
We gotta do trivia.
We're having a 2-hour show here.
Just
Too
got
much time,
Yeah.
okay?
It's a 2-hour show today.
Sorry guys.
It's okay.
Sons of bitches.
We're having fun with it. This was good. Really good.
It was fun.
I just want to mention that you're wearing a shirt. It says Volcom on
He
it.
is wearing a shirt.
Now,
Oh, you're huge.
one of my best
Crush your
friends,
face.
from high school, used to wear a Volcom shirt all the time. But it was,
Volcom.
but it was like it was. If I remember correctly, it was like blue, and the diamond thingy was like different colors. It was starting with-
Volcom.
See this symbol?
Yeah.
See the way this symbol sits?
Yeah.
This is the kind of logo we need to create. Something that feels like
Some,
this.
where the 2 points touch the boobies.
Oh, shit.
No, just like
Anyways, we've been talking about so just so that everybody knows,
the merchandising
we are
aspect of this film.
considering merchandising
Stuff.
for sure. So a couple things we plan.
We need to raise money to make our next movie.
We do.
Yes.
And we have to decide, we have to know, or we have to move forward with the concept or the idea that we are not going to get money from people.
Right.
We have to be like, how can we do this in a way that
Like
we
if
are doing
we're-
it for ourselves?
And if we're doing Indiegogos or we're doing special events or whatever, there's certain things like this movie lends itself really well to
Merch.
number one, toys,
Yeah.
monsters, mountain men, killers, people,
Yeah.
pregnant ladies, old people that get run down by monsters. I don't know I don't know who all you create. Adrian's wearing this nice hat here. Now,
The Mountain Man hat. This hat belonged to somebody who has passed away.
yeah. Yeah. And
I didn't realize I was wearing a dead man's hat. But
would you
anyway.
believe that my dad, who worked as a bus driver for many years, had a hat exactly like that is also like a bus driver's hat too.
Cool. So all we would do is we would get a version of this hat with a big fat logo on it.
Big fat logo on the front. And the idea of the logo is this A-Core, the company that Mountain Man works for
Or worked for.
or worked for. It plays. It plays in the movie. It plays in a certain way, and you're gonna see logos and things like that through the movie. And this is his hat. And then of course you've got the monster, which we've talked about, is a monster that now we're gonna get into a little bit quickly of the backstory. We're gonna tell you in a minute, and we're not gonna tell you, but when we pause. But you guys know what the monster's like. It's a crab or a manta ray like creature. It's an alien that goes over top of the person's head. It kind of covers their eyes and it rips into their mouth like this, right? And it takes over their body. So we want to make a hat.
I should go and
like
get
a
the plastic thing. Yeah.
We want to make a Halloween mask / hat that is essentially this monster that you can like buy and wear and have fun with it and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So
it would be a package. Do you know what it would be? It would be a mouth opener with a head
with a thing
mask
and some black shit.
and teeth.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
fake
black
teeth.
and
Yeah.
black gunk.
Yeah, black gunk.
So you can be so you can be our monster for Halloween. Oh my god.
Yeah, so it would be a package that you would get.
You're gonna be this monster for Halloween, and then our movie's gonna come out at Christmas because it's a Christmas movie.
It's gonna be on our top 10 Christmas movie list.
Winter Wonderland? Come on, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay, cool.
Christmas horror.
Okay,
So let's go. Trivia.
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 Yeah, we're doing trivia. Here, buddy. No, those are not good. We just do questions number 2. Here you go.
Okay, cool.
What?
Number 2. Question number 2 is an actual question. Here we go. We like to do movie trivia. It's a good time closing that down.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Number 2.
I'm keeping track.
Okay, cool. Who was the first ever recipient of the Pulitzer Prize for film criticism? Come on.
I mean, it's got to be
It's got to be the guy.
Ebert.
Yeah.
No.
Siskel.
Yeah, it's got to be Ebert. Roger Ebert.
I said I was Roger Ebert too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we were right? Fucking A. And what was Siskel's name?
Who?
Siskel. What was his first name?
Oh, I don't know. Who's Siskel?
Gene. You very good. Very good name.
Who is Gene
I'm giving
Siskel?
The other
Siskel
guy.
and Ebert. You
Fuck's sakes.
Siskel and Ebert.
Oh,
Two
I-
thumbs up.
I didn't know that.
They were a duo.
I only knew Robert Egbert.
Egbert.
Ebert.
Hell.
Okay, go.
I'm giving Derek an extra point for that one.
Thank you. What was the name of Peter Sellers' karate sparring partner / butler in the Pink Panther series?
Kato. That was Green Hornet.
Get out of here.
What?
If that was right, I was going to
that
lose
was
my mind.
That was a Green Hornet.
I have no idea. I've seen that movie once many years ago.
Okay, well, for 1 point, and I won't even take it, what was the name of Peter Sellers' character in the Pink Panther?
Dude.
No.
You were correct.
Detective.
No!
That's why I just zoomed in on the camera.
No!
Kato.
I
How the shit did you know that?
No, because Kato was the guy from Green Hornet.
But Peter Sellers used stuff like that. He loved that.
What was Peter Sellers' name in the Pink Panther? Doctor Detective?
Yeah.
No, not Clouseau. No. What is it?
Yes, it was Clouseau, but it
Was
was
it?
Inspector Clouseau, not Detective Clouseau.
Yeah, please.
You don't get any points, but I get a point for Kato.
You
Holy
do
shit,
get
that
a
was
point.
amazing.
That is amazing.
All right.
It's kind of miraculous.
What film stars Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte as competing reporters?
Oh, for shit. I don't even know. They hated working together.
Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte. I remember seeing the film.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I'm going to say reporter. I don't know.
No.
I'm going to say reporter.
No, title completely blank on that, but I
Bonfire of the Vanities.
the film.
I have seen this too. I Love Trouble.
Okay. What is the name of Sean Connery's character in The Russia House?
Bond.
I know, I'm going to say James Bond as well. I don't care.
I mean, that seems genius.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say
John
Bill Bixby.
Barley Blair. I have not seen
Can I say something?
The Russia House.
Can I say something? 2 B's in my name.
Oh,
Also,
shush.
I should get a point for that.
No, you do not write a stupid point.
What was the name? Barley Blair. Have you guys seen The Russia House? Or no? No? I don't even know what it's about. Come on, cheating? Don't cheat.
Sorry. Whose boss was M?
James Bond.
Come on.
I call this you.
No,
you
I
don't
I
get
also
it. You
come
don't
on.
know, you don't get it.
Obviously,
it.
it's not a beating to it.
He beat you too.
I get that point also.
Come
He
on.
was fast to be at it.
Okay, go.
And my
It's you.
I think so.
who wrote the? Come on, we're all gonna get this. You ready for this one?
No, now you
Who wrote the
scared me.
original script for Rocky?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
almost
he
a no
pushed
point.
And pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
Okay.
That got turned down many times.
What Neil Simon picture was originally titled Bogart Slept Here before Richard Dreyfuss signed on and the screenplay was rewritten?
Wow.
Have a go.
Lorenzo's Oil.
Je m'appelle.
I don't know. I'm just going to say Casablanca.
Jaws.
The Goodbye Girl.
Not a freaking clue.
Not a clue.
What movie profiles a band whose first big single was "The Flower People"?
I'm just going to say Almost Famous.
Yeah.
You can't take my
No,
answer.
I
you
won't. I won't.
lazy
I won't.
bitch.
I won't. I'm gonna say. Jersey Boys.
No. I'm going to give you a hint.
Yeah.
Anyone who's seen this movie would know it immediately by this hint.
Okay.
But this is 11.
Obviously, I haven't seen this movie. Ocean's 11.
This is 11.
He goes to an amplifier and he says, "Look at this. The volume button goes to 11." And the guy who is questioning him on this says, "But wouldn't you just make 10 louder on an amplifier if you wanted it to be louder than 10?"
Yeah.
And he just says, "But this is 11."
Oh my God, is this where like he turned it up to 11 came from?
Yeah.
I've no clue, but that's amazing.
What's the name of the song?
Not a song, it's the name of the film.
What's the name of the song?
Question?
Oh, sorry. The Flower People was the song.
I don't know. I'm gonna say High Fidelity, but I don't know.
Yellow Submarine.
This is Spinal Tap.
Oh, Spinal Tap.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either, and it's genius apparently.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, a complete farce.
Mockumentary.
On bands.
One of the first mockumentaries ever.
Cool.
And fantastic.
Yeah.
Shoot, I haven't seen it yet.
He
Okay.
Then that same scene, he comes up to one of his favorite guitars, and he picks it up, and he does this to it, and the guy says, "What are you doing?" He says, "Listen, it's a sustain. It's still going."
That's amazing. Why have I not seen this movie? Okay, go. Last question.
What was the first prize in the sales contest in Glengarry Glen Ross?
Oh,
Oh shit!
I'll let you guys go first because I already know.
this is David Mamet.
A trip to Tahiti.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say $1 million.
Steak knives.
Oh come on!
Nope. It's a Cadillac Eldorado.
Oh,
Cadillac Eldorado.
We both. So I'm the winner, obviously. I mean that goes without
Oh,
saying.
by a ball hand, only because
Without saying.
you stole my answer. Even
Yeah,
though
I got 2
sweat
points
in.
this time.
Okay, so now we want to ask Derek a quick question.
No,
Derek,
the first question is: have we already asked you what your desert island movies are?
My Desert Island movie?
your three favorite movies, favorite movies that you.
Yeah, we talked about that
I
last time.
see. I knew it.
Yeah.
So
No, incorrect. I knew. You said I don't think we have.
correct. I totally agree with you. I wasn't sure because my memory is terrible.
All
That's
right.
and that's why I was asking to take notes because
Like a secretary.
The thing
I'm like
is-
his bitch. I'm like his secretary bitch. He's like, hey, I had
Now-
this idea. Write it down, slave man.
I want you to all to
Secretary.
understand that I would never have called him those terms.
Not to my face. When he's texting his wife, he's like, my secretary didn't take notes very well tonight.
You boys, everybody's talked about their films.
You do
but
not backhand
what's-
your
what's-
secretary
what's-
if she doesn't take notes appropriately,
Or
right?
he.
Because
What's one of your songs that are a must-have on an island?
A song?
God.
Just give one.
It's just a song?
A song.
Or an album?
A song that you would want to hear over and over for the rest of your life.
Okay.
A
It's
song.
called... I just go with...
I just called "Say I Love You" by Lionel Richie.
No.
I just called "Say I Love You" with Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Yeah,
I'd go with
I wouldn't go with that.
Paul Simon.
Oh man,
I think Paul Simon...
no.
What song?
That, if you be my da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
That's not
You
Paul
come
Simon.
on,
That's not
You
Paul
can be
Simon.
my something. Yeah, call me out.
Call Me Out.
Who is that?
That's not.
That's
Paul.
Paul Simon.
Oh, it is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it called? What is the name of that song?
Call Me Out. Oh my god,
You can be my bodyguard.
dude, this is
Be your
brutal.
long lost
Can I tell you?
pal.
Can I tell you a funny song that I've been listening to a lot recently?
I'm waiting for the answer. What's
Oh.
one song?
Oh man,
Yeah, Jay is terrible at like
Yeah.
sticking to the one
I
subject.
have the 5 that I would take with me, but I'll give you.
you have
one.
5.
I
You're,
have 5.
I can't.
Five?
I can't
You have a list
five?
of 5?
Yeah.
No, you have to give me your one then.
My one.
Yeah. All right, this is good stuff. Actually, I like this a lot. Listen, you can call me Betty, but when I call you, I can call you Al.
Man walks down the street.
You think about another song right now.
I can't.
You can't.
So my one of my songs that I'll give you that
Yeah.
would have to be
No,
with me,
just one. This is it. You
This is
cannot
it.
give me any more. Number 1.
Don Henley, "Boys of Summer" is one of
man.
my must-haves.
Oh,
No, it's not one of. It's just this is the last one.
and
you
you know what? My daughter's name is Henley. He always calls her the Don.
Call her Don.
Yeah.
And in the video, his 10-year-old son is the drummer. coming from a drummer. Oh, little. How could you not listen to this over and over? It's beautiful.
Okay, give me the laptop.
It is beautiful.
You guys are killing me. Fine, I'm gonna choose.
Okay, so
Out on the road today, I saw a dance.
Jason actually, do you know what? I picked a happier song because at the moment I'm listening to very like emotional, sad kind of stuff. But I think if I was on a desert island, I'd take something that made me bop, made me feel good. If I took a sad song, I'd want to throw myself, off a coconut tree.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Do it.
We're gonna end the show right now. You ready?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
If you... Rick Astley. What's the name of the song?
We're no strangers to love.
I don't know.
Come on.
And so do I.
Going to give it up.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna give you up, Rick
I
Astley.
should have known.
What I've done is I've rickrolled our audience. All right,
We're gonna make a
ladies
movie,
and
guys.
gentlemen. Yeah, we're
We're gonna make a movie. Monsters in a house. Oh no, outside a house.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be the greatest.
Thanks for following. Dream big.
Work hard.
Sons of bitches.
Thanks for watching our YouTube video.
First frames first.
Yes, first frames first. Thank you, Jason.
Welcome.
If you enjoyed, head over to our website, www.thefableforest.com. Check out our films and sign up for our newsletter where we will send you exclusive content.
Hit us up on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, always at The Fable Forest. And share our show with your friends. It'll really help us out a lot.
Dream big.
Work hard.